So the other day on my YouTube channel, I got a comment from someone asking me whether I had any other recommendations from the Built for Athletes bag. Everyone on my channel knows that I'm a huge Built for Athletes fan. I have had this bag, like a mini version, and have had a bigger version as well, and have always loved the Built for Athletes bags. However, I am here today to question all of us who have been hypnotized by the Built for Athletes bag, because I have found one that is so much better. So I'm here to convince you to make the switch to this new Raylan backpack, which I was sent the other day as part of like a PR, I guess what it's called, PR parcel, so I did get this for free. But obviously you guys know that the reviews on my channel are always unbiased and 100% honest, and I can swear, like on all of my body parts, that this bag has changed the game. Now, I'm with you, all of the skeptics. I believed before that everything that I loved about the Built for Athletes bag was irreplaceable to me. I loved the compartments, I loved like the look of it, because I feel like when you have a Built for Athletes bag, everyone knows that you do like CrossFit or weightlifting. So like everything about the bag for me was amazing, like the patch, the stickers, everything. But I am here to convince the skeptics that you need to switch from a Built for Athletes backpack to this new Raylan backpack. And I'm going to tell you exactly why. So first and foremost, for me, the most obvious thing is that Built for Athletes backpacks are huge. Like when you put it on your back, it's like super, like it feels like there's a mountain coming off of your back. And to be honest, it's actually really uncomfortable when you try another bag that isn't like that. So when I was first tried on the Raylan backpack, because it is so much smaller and more compact on your back, i.e. like it doesn't feel like it's dragging you back, it made so much more sense to me and it was so much more comfortable. Because the Built for Athletes backpack does have so many compartments, it makes it super, super bulky, and it can be like a little bit uncomfortable to wear, especially like if you're traveling, you're going to like a new gym or anything like that. Having that Built for Athletes backpack is just awkward, because you like turn and you almost take someone out, or you do something and it's very frustrating, and I didn't notice how much it annoyed me until I didn't have it anymore. So if you're using a Built for Athletes backpack for anything other than going to the gym, it isn't ideal, and I wouldn't say that it's like a very multi-use bag. It's like Built for Athletes is literally just a gym bag and that's it. Whereas if you buy a Raylan backpack, like the one that I have, it's so much more than a backpack, so much more. And I have to say that whilst the Raylan backpack does seem smaller, it actually doesn't compromise at all on space or utility, because there actually seems to be a huge amount of space for all of your stuff. Like I managed to put everything that was in my Built for Athletes backpack into the Raylan backpack without any worry. And whilst it doesn't have the same compartments as a Built for Athletes backpack, i.e. like the 3 separate compartments as 3 separate pockets, I actually found that in terms of like use within the gym, it didn't really make much of a difference, because it does have some pockets, and it also has a computer pocket, like a sleeve, which the Built for Athletes backpack does have, and it also has like cute little zip pockets where I can put like my grips, my tape, my straps, all that sort of stuff, that I don't feel like I'm like rumbling or ramaging or whatever the word is in my bag. I've also come to realize that the Built for Athletes pockets are actually not all that. Like I did a review recently about the new Built for Athletes Pro series, where I kind of discussed the fact that I found the pockets within the bag to be kind of useless and a little bit annoying, because I didn't think that it worked very well. This bag for me proves further that those pockets actually end up just making the bag super bulky and making it seem like you have loads of stuff when you don't actually have that much stuff in the bag. And actually getting rid of those compartments doesn't really compromise on utility or use or comfort at all. And if anything, makes the bag more comfortable for yourself and just more like easy to use. Now the biggest change for me is obviously, as we do travel quite a bit, I like to have a backpack that I can use for traveling as well as for the gym. I don't like having loads of stuff in my house. Like we don't live in like a huge place, so not having like a different bag for every occasion is pretty important. Now the thing that I love about the Raylan backpack is that the actual straps that go on your shoulders are way thicker and way more comfortable than the ones on the Built for Athletes backpack. Naturally, the ones on the Built for Athletes backpack are also good. They do have a substantial amount of padding. However, they are slightly thinner, and because the bag is so big, like so mountainous, on your back, it does tend to like pull back quite a lot, which can be like, for me, I found it quite painful and uncomfortable. Whereas this Raylan backpack doesn't do that, and the thickness of the strap just makes it really like a lot more comfortable. It also has like a padded back, which is actually where the zip pocket is to open the bag, and that also makes it super, super comfortable, and to be honest, a lot more breathable than the Built for Athletes backpack. Now, as for the zippers, as you guys all know if you watch my other Built for Athletes backpack reviews, which I will link up here if you haven't watched it, Built for Athletes do have an incredible quality. Like, the quality of a Built for Athletes bag is unparalleled as far as like gym backpacks go. They do have the best quality zippers, the best quality like outer casing, everything is just top quality, so that you know that once you buy one Built for Athletes backpack, you don't have to buy another one. Unless obviously you want like a mini and a bigger and everything else that they do now. However, the Raylan backpack actually has, as it only has one main compartment and doesn't have so many zips, the one zip that is used on the like main compartment is actually super useful and a lot thicker than the ones on the Built for Athletes backpack, which makes it super easy to just zip close even if the bag is really, really full. It feels like one of those suitcase zippers, like that you can like really like tug on and like pull on, and that it's not going to fail. Like, it feels like a really, really good zipper backpack. They also have like little zip pockets on the inside. Those zips are also really good quality, and I haven't had any trouble with it so far. And this is a question that comes up quite a lot. So Built for Athletes backpacks are not waterproof, and I don't think they are water resistant. The new Pro version is water resistant, I believe. However, this Raylan backpack is water resistant. Obviously, as it only has one back compartment, there's a lot less space or like risk of water being able to get into the bag, which obviously makes it so much easier for you to use, and obviously have a lot less worry if you are going to be like in the rain or whatever, that all of your stuff is going to get damaged. So that is obviously another really useful thing to have, and a great tool to know that your backpack is water resistant and your stuff is going to be safe and not going to get really wet. Now, as I was talking about comfort earlier, one of the main things that I should mention is that the Raylan backpack is so light. Like, the actual like empty bag weight of the backpack is less than 900 grams. So when you think about the fact that a Built for Athletes backpack weighs quite substantially more than that, I'm not actually sure, but I think it's definitely over 1 kilo, maybe over 2 kilos. When you add that all up, after you've got your lifters, your belt, your knee sleeves, your straps, your wrist wraps, your wrist bands, your skipping rope, all of that, it all adds up. And for me, it's just like, how much comfort can I get out of a bag? Because I don't want to have an uncomfortable, really, really heavy bag. And that's what I also really love about the Raylan bag. It's so much lighter and so much more comfortable. Again, it does come down to that like bigness of it being on your back and like pulling you backwards, and the weight feeling really, really heavy. But the Raylan backpack is actually just lighter and made of lighter materials. What's also worth mentioning is that as the Raylan backpack only has one large zip compartment, the security of the bag is much, much better. Obviously, if you're going out and about or like traveling with your Built for Athletes bag, there is a risk that someone can just easily open the zips whilst you're not looking because they're standing behind you and everything's accessible. Whereas the Raylan backpack does just have that main compartment that is against your back the whole time, so you won't, like, no one would be able to open the zipper without you actually having taken off the bag. I should mention that even though I do say there's only one big compartment, it does have 3 other smaller pockets. So one smaller pocket that is at the top of the bag, which I've been using to put like my sunglasses, my wallet, my keys, my phone, and it's actually quite a substantial pocket. Then it has 2 pockets either side. One of those pockets is large enough to fill a whole water bottle. So whilst you don't have the water bottle pockets on the outside of the bag, you do actually have a water bottle pocket that goes inside the bag on one side, and then another pocket on the other side, which is really large. I have put everything that I had in my Built for Athletes bag into my Raylan bag, and I have used it just like any gym bag I have ever used, and I thought I wouldn't like it. I genuinely thought that because it didn't have the compartments that I like would get to the gym and like start fumbling around for my stuff and couldn't find it. But it's really not the case. Actually, by having that just one main compartment, I literally just open it up in the gym, grab what I need to do, shut it and go. Like, it's so easy and so fast to use that I actually really, really rate it more than I thought that I was going to rate it. Now, obviously, one of the most important things to highlight is the price. Now, for me, like, especially in Europe, like in England, Built for Athletes backpacks are significantly cheaper, but if you're buying a Built for Athletes backpack in Europe, they are really, really expensive. I don't know why the exchange rate seems to be so high, but a Built for Athletes backpack will set you back 205 euros. 205 euros, that's a lot of money on a backpack. Now, obviously, I understand you're just gonna be buying it once, and like, it's an expense, blah, 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 but the Raylan backpack is 107 euros. So you're saving just under 100 euros for a backpack. I think that's an incredible saving, and I think that you should make it. The price speaks, the price point is so good. And I think it's really, really worth taking into consideration when you're looking at the bags, that the Built for Athletes backpack is just a lot more expensive for pretty much exactly the same thing, just slightly different like compartments wise. Now, obviously in pounds, the Built for Athletes backpack is starts at 120 pounds. So the difference between 120 pounds for a Built for Athletes backpack and then I believe it's 92 pounds for the Raylan backpack doesn't seem that much. But in my opinion, that 30 euros, or that 30 pounds, I don't see it. Like, I don't understand why Built for Athletes backpack is more expensive, because for me, the quality, the usability, the comfort is far superior with the Raylan backpack. Now, obviously, I don't want to slag off the Built for Athletes backpack, because I do love the Built for Athletes backpack, and I have loved the Built for Athletes backpack, and I've had it for so long and used it for a really long time. I think that I'm just like in a new season of wanting to use stuff for like comfort and usability and ease of use, and just like generally I think it just looks a lot more like classy and sexy and like less like in your face I do CrossFit and weightlifting. So it's like a lot more subtle, and just I think it looks a lot cooler and it's just so much more comfortable. Now, I know what you're all thinking. I know that you're going to be thinking, well, if I don't have a Built for Athletes backpack or a Built for Athletes backpack look-alike, no one's going to know that I do CrossFit, no one's going to know that I do weightlifting, no one's going to know that I do like strength sport, like sporty stuff. And I understand your concerns, I really, really do. But to that, I say f it. Because in all honesty, it is not worth, like, it's just not worth that feeling. You want a bag that is comfortable, that is like nice and easy to use, that is practical, that just does the job. Trust me, the Raylan backpack is a great option and a much cheaper option than the Built for Athletes backpack. And if anybody says to you, well, you don't have a Built for Athletes backpack, so are you a real CrossFitter? To those people you say, yes, because I am more comfortable and it's easier to use and I look sexier with my Raylan backpack, okay? And then they will just be on their way to buy their own Raylan backpack. Trust me, once you try it, like once you actually use it and like the practicality of it, you will be convinced of it. I promise. I should also mention that if you do go on the Raylan website to have a look at the backpack, you can actually buy the backpack in like a bulk deal with like skipping ropes, belt, knee sleeves, loads of stuff for a bulk price of like next to nothing, which means that the backpack comes out even cheaper. I think it makes the backpack like almost 60 euros, which is an absolute bargain and an absolute steal. So I hope that you guys found this review useful. I kind of just wanted to share my opinion. Like I said, not completely ditching the Built for Athletes backpack, just saying that right now, for me in this new season of my life, the Raylan backpack is so much more comfortable, so much sexier, so much more practical, and so easy to use that I just think that it's far superior right now. If you guys did enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Give it a big thumbs up as well as subscribe to my channel. If you do want to find out more about Built for Athletes, go and watch my other videos that I made. They're very informative and very helpful. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye!